Good evening, America. I have an announcement that I would like to make. The 50th anniversary of the movie American Graffiti is coming up soon. The movie was filmed in 1973, which means that the 50th anniversary of the movie is in 2023. This was a favorite movie of mine growing up, as it was a beautiful glimpse of American culture during the early years of rock and roll. The soundtrack is amazing and the location is beautiful. It was filmed in the town of Petaluma, California, the town that Winona Ryder grew up in. I've decided to start writing a script for a sequel to the movie. The sequel would feature me and Winona Ryder as the main characters. My sequel to the movie is set in mid to late 80s when Winona Ryder was a high school student in Petaluma, California. Let's get this thing started. Scene 1. Winona Ryder is in literature class in our high school in Petaluma, California. The teacher, Miss Tamlinson, is giving her lecture. Good morning, class. I would like to introduce you to a new student. His name is Mike Meyer. Mike, would you please introduce yourself to the class? Good morning, class. My name is Mike Meyer. I'm happy to be a student here. Where are you from, Mike? I'm not only from a different place, Winona. I'm from a different time. A different time? Yes, Winona. I'm from the year 2022. I traveled to the year 1985 from Chicago, Illinois to Petaluma, California. It's amazing. I've read about time travel and have often wondered if it really is possible. How did you travel time? There are a lot of theories about time travel and how it could be realized. Some of these methods of time travel, of traveling through time, require a lot of money and resources. I decided that if I was going to travel through time, that I would need to develop my own theory. I was inspired by Albert Einstein. He used to have a thought experiment where he would imagine the many permutations involved in a scientific hypothesis. Using his approach, I imagined traveling through time. I used the power of my imagination to its fullest capacity and found that I was able to imagine people, places, and things vividly. So vividly that I felt a kind of duality between the intangible world that I inhabit and the world of the imagination. Einstein said that imagination is more important than knowledge. I think that this is an example of that. My imagining of the past in such a vivid way enabled me to travel to it. This shows how imagination is inextricably bound to human life. Wow, that's awesome. Let me now tell you why I'm here, Winona. Why are you here? I know that you're going to be in a movie called Heathers in the future. It's a brilliant movie. I love the movie. Watching the movie, I fell in love with you. So you traveled here to meet me, correct? I feel that you are my predestined, preordained lover. I brought something with me. What did you bring? It is a song that I wrote for you in the future. It is called High School Dance. I wrote it in the future with the idea in mind that if I was able to travel to the past to enroll in your high school and meet you, I would play it for you, hoping that, having heard it, you would see why we were meant for each other. This is wonderful, Mike. I'm so glad that you traveled here. It's so fascinating to be in Petaluma, California, the town that you grew up in. I've read a lot about your upbringing here. This place holds a mythological fascination for me. I'm very flattered by that, Mike. You are a brilliant actress, Winona. Your presence alone is something that bespeaks artistic expression. When you begin to speak and interact with other people and movies, you create art that not only reflects life, but presents life in a transcendent way with a wise perspective. That was beautiful. Thanks. It is so great to meet you. I've got something to tell you. This is a tough school. There are a lot of bullies here. They are no match for me, Winona. Part of the reason I wanted to travel back in time to your high school is to defend you. I know that you were bullied at high school. Together, we can fight that. I'm so lucky to have you, Mike. I love you so much, Winona. I'm so glad to be with you. Would you like to come over to my house after school? Sure. That'd be great. American Graffiti 3, Scene 2. Mike and Winona are walking through the halls of Petaluma High School on a rainy Monday morning. So, this is your high school, Winona. I like it. Thanks. I'm not fitting in very well here. I'm very punk rock in a school full of preppy people. Great people like you stand out, Winona. I've never known of too many people in human history who did exceptional things in this world who were conformists. I don't really try to fit in. I don't have any real friends here. My friends are adults who mentor me, such as Timothy Leary, Tom Waits, and my parents. That's so fucking cool, Winona. It's amazing to get to meet you here in 1985 from the year 2022. Having seen movies that you will be in the future, looking forward to being in those movies. I've read so many fascinating things about you, Winona. You have the coolest upbringing. Growing up in a community of artists and intellectuals who taught you how to go through life in a very independent, free spirited way. You embody so many virtues that I identify with and live by. Meeting you for these reasons is a fulfillment of destiny. I agree, Mike. Also, Winona, there is something about your aura. Just looking at you, I feel a profound soul connection. I look into your eyes and I can see into the very depths of unconditional love. My love for you is something that I can eloquently express in words, and also something that I feel on an esoteric level. I'm naturally drawn to you. That was beautifully stated. I want to help you with the bullies, Winona. What can we do about it? I had a great idea. Maybe we could trap them in the school for the weekend. When the other students are out partying and having the time of their lives over the weekend, those douchebags will be trapped in school. How agonizing it would be for those dumb guys to be trapped in school. School is a place that they hate. It's where they find out how stupid they are by failing tests. That's funny, isn't it? Um, yeah, especially on the weekend. That's when they like to drink beer and terrorize innocent people. That would be awesome. The only question is, how do we pull this off? This is going to require some brilliant strategizing. I have an idea. I wonder if we could conspire with the principal. Do you think that the principal would be willing to conspire with us to trap the bullies in school for the weekend? These bullies are a real problem for the school. They're cruel to people. I think that maybe the principal would be able to see our side of it and go along with it. I think that we should talk to her. Yeah, maybe. I just thought of something. Do you know that good-looking English teacher, Miss Chevalier? Yeah, what about her? Um, what if we had her seduce the bullies into staying after class with her? They'll think that they are in for some sexy fun with her. They'll be waiting for her in her classroom, and she can lock the doors to the school while they're waiting, trapping them inside. You get it? So she'll, because she's a hot teacher. It's kind of like the Van Halen song, "I'm hot for teacher," and they think she's a hot teacher and that she wants to like whatever. And so, but no, she's going to trick them and just lock them in the school for the weekend. It's hilarious, isn't it? And are you in on it with me? What? Um, I love it, Mike. This revenge is going to be utterly exquisite. In its pleasure. I am so happy and excited about it. Yeah, Mike, this is going to be splendid. I love you so much, Winona. Um, It's it's great to be with you. Our relationship is beautiful. Uh, you are my destiny. Destiny. I love you too. Like, let's have fun. Okay. Uh, hmm. Oh, okay. So I think it's a cool script. Okay. Let's see. Okay. It's a Friday afternoon in Petaluma High School, and Mike and Winona are in Miss Chevalier's English class. Two of the bullies are also in the class, a guy named Ernie and a guy named Bert. They're both big and ugly, both terrible students, and both of them both resemble and behave like Ernie and Bert from Sesame Street. They're also dressed like them. So you remember how Ernie and Bert dressed? And Ernie and Bert, they had those striped shirts. Okay. Do you want to talk to Miss Chevalier after class to see if she is in on our plan? Sure. Miss Chevalier starts to speak. Good afternoon, class. This afternoon we'll be discussing the development of language in human history, starting from Sumerian cuneiform to modern literary expression as it is in today's society. The Chevalier continues her class, and the students learn a lot, except for Ernie and Bert. After class, Mike and Winona approach Miss Chevalier in the hallway. Hi, Miss Chevalier. Oh, hi, Mike. Hi, Winona. Hi, Miss Chevalier. Um, what's on your minds? Ernie and Bert are really a problem here at Petaluma High School, aren't they, Miss Chevalier? They sure are. We thought we thought of a plan to get them back for the reign of terror. There's nothing we can do about it, Mike. Oh, yes, there is, Miss Chevalier. What's your plan, Winona and Mike? What if you seduce them to stay after class next Friday? You're an attractive woman. They might be happy to stay after class with you. You can lock them in the school. They'll be stuck in school for the weekend while the other students are partying, having the time of their lives. Imagine how awful it would be for those guys to be stuck in school for the weekend. They hate school. It's where they find out how stupid they are by failing tests. That's a brilliant idea. I'll think about it. We hope that you seriously consider it, Miss Chevalier. We'll see, maybe. Bye. We'll talk to you about this soon. Sure. This would be perfect. Let's get it started, Miss Chevalier. I consider it. Mike and Winona walked to their hymns together for the weekend, talking about things. Okay, so far that's about 20 minutes, and that's just a start of my American Graffiti 3 script. And like I said before, American Graffiti is a classic American movie, and it embodies the human spirit of the American people in a way that embodies the spirit of democracy. I mean, that's what I think, anyways. That's my opinion. And how apt it is that it was filmed in Petaluma, California, the place where Winona Ryder grew up, one of the greatest Americans ever. So I hope that this, for its 50th anniversary, I hope that we can get the ball rolling on this sequel. Okay.